Okay, so I think that there are very few people that go to their mental theater as a proactive place of practice. They go to that mental theater to review something reactively, like, retrospectively. It's a place of retrospective thinking. If only I thought of that, then I would have said this at that. And it's all of this shoulda, coulda, woulda, woulda, pulda kind of, speak to yourself, which always kind of, ends up you beating yourself down. May I invite you to create your own mental theater? Well, what is that? What is a mental theater? Well, what I use my space, this mental theater, this space to practice a speech, a message, a conversation that I'm going to have with someone in that space. And what I would do in my mental space, in my mental theater space, is I would create the environment. Let's say, for example, I wanted just to test something out and have it as an easy space, a space where you could feel comfortable. Then I would create a space like maybe a living room or something like that, or a cafe, somewhere where you're chilling and you're relaxing. And I would put people that I love or people that love me in that space, and I would rehearse those conversations, those messages, to see how it goes. If I wanted to be a bit hard on myself and make myself a bit hardened for a conversation that may be an uncomfortable one, or a tough conversation, or a socially awkward conversation, then I would build an environment that would build me up, will make me resilient, that I can practice in. And that space or that place, and then finally the faces that I would put in there, are people that I've referenced from my life experience, that I've had hard conversations with, and I'd put those characters in, and I would see what happens when I bounce back and forward with that hardened space. And I think when you do that in front of a conversation that you have, it gives you this kind of like an environment where you can test yourself, or you can test what kind of reactions that you can have. Now, I find those quite helpful because of my background of stuttering and stammering and not having the right words to say. And I've used this to build myself up with the delivery of my sound, my timing, my tempo, my tone, and just evolving with different types of answers and responses, or types of messages have actually evolved out of that space. I find it very helpful. Maybe the mental theater is a place for you to visit. Why don't you try it?